Previously on Survivor.
After Zondra's last-minute elimination, the old Waka Alliance was fractured, and Ryan was angry at Phil in particular for causing the vote switch.
I don't like when there's a player in the game who's playing the way I do, and it seems like he's starting to play the way I do, so he needs to go before it causes a serious threat.
With widespread support to take out Phil, Chris LeCompte decided to utilize this to try to flush out Phil's idol. And when Siona put on a dominating show in a bug-eating competition,
Siona wins immunity!
Phil has the idol.
You know?
Chris LeCompte was able to enact a plan to take out Chris Thomas and the idol.
But us three and Steve vote for Chris.
It came down to Connor, Chris, Nicole, and Steve all doing their part to lie to everyone else.
So we're voting for Ryan?
Ryan, yeah.
At Tribal Council, the votes lined up exactly as planned. But the plan didn't work when Phil held on to his idol. But with Chris Thomas voted out, Phil was alone on the tribe. 9 are left, but only one can claim the title of sole survivor.
Who will be voted out tonight?
It's a sad day. Chris is always my good friend in the game, and it sucks to have to keep going without Chris. In general, I feel like pretty shitty because I feel like Chris was right the whole time. Chris Thomas from the start was saying we shouldn't trust LeCompte or Steve and Nicole. I don't know. I kind of feel responsible. If we had maybe voted one of them out last week, that wouldn't have happened.
Phil was like a lost soul.
A lost puppy.
He was
In
a
the-
lost
in the
puppy.
rain.
He was in the rain.
I mean, I was sad and pissed, I guess. I mean, that was my last, real, alliance, game. I mean, pretty much everyone flipped on us, so now I'm down to no real, 100% alliances. Chris!
What?
It's way too early to celebrate.
This is way too early. If anything, I'm more nervous.
Oh, yeah.
It had to be done, but
At some point, you kind of got to turn on us. We're just trying to gauge when so we can strike.
I don't know. I just feel like we can go past it. I don't even know if I'd be able to pass it, but
It didn't really make sense, some of the stuff, Chris and them were saying, I remember Chris said something are you gonna play your idol? I know he wouldn't even put that thought in my head if they were voting me out.
And I'm really bummed out that Chris got voted out. Out of everyone that I've gotten to know from this game, Chris, I completely changed my mind about him. I thought he was the douchiest guy when I first started, but he's actually, a really nice guy.
Maybe they just split it. I mean, I don't know if everyone was in an alliance against us and they'd split their vote, or if maybe Ryan, Siona really did want to just vote me out.
I was very upset that nobody told me because at that point we hadn't patched things up. And I would have loved to have written his name down and showed it to the camera and been like, haha, but I couldn't, because nobody told me they were voting for him.
He made it seem like Phil was going home, and we needed Phil to go home, but he didn't.
Nicole, Ryan, and I were watching Walking Dead at Nicole's house, Sensi. It worked out perfectly that we ended up just figuring out a little plan that you and I were going to vote for Chris Thomas.
So they knew that.
So
Siona, I didn't know that.
See, I don't know if Siona did. Because
Okay.
Siona didn't.
Like, the reason Chris Thomas was voted out instead of Phil is because of a last-minute decision that Ryan made to split the votes between Chris and Phil, which he didn't let me in on, which was kind of bullshit.
Fiona was like kind of upset because she didn't know the plan. She came to me and was like, "Did you vote Chris?" I'm like, "Yeah, Ryan told me to." She was really confused, but I think she got over it.
I don't know how okay I am with that. Like, Ryan has told me every other decision that he's made before, and the fact that he didn't tell me this one kind of worries me. I mean, I know he'd never vote me out, but I mean, we're threatening. We ran the game for the first half. We decided who was voted out.
Alright, so do you think they're gonna kiss at the final thing?
They have to, yes.
That'd be great.
We're gonna set up a kiss. What if it was those two in the final? How?
That'd be crazy.
It'd be kind of like sad though. Watch them do the challenge.
My biggest strength in the game has been my alliance with Ryan. I don't know. I would have been out if I didn't have an alliance with Ryan. If me and Ryan were on the same team, I would have been voted out first. Definitely.
Me and Steve talking last night about us three and Steve being the last four.
Yeah. I mean,
And taking Rock to the last 5, and then we'll me and Steve agreed we'll vote her out.
Yeah.
We won't, and we might even
final
we might even tell her we'll vote her out. Just
Yeah.
be like, look, we'll vote her out.
and then at that point, may the best man win.
We thought the whole plan was hopefully Phil would play the idol. Obviously that didn't happen, and that would have been the chance to get him. And now we're like, we don't know if we trust Chris the Comps because he sort of didn't do what he said was gonna happen. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
I talked to Chandler today with Connor, and as Chris had told them that he wants to go to the final 5 with us and then vote me out first, but they don't believe him. So I had to kind of play it off like, yeah, probably Chris would vote me off. Like, he already told me that, like, he would probably eventually fuck me over. I trust Chris and Steve at this point to get me farther.
Phil, like, you could even tell afterward, like, he can just tell he's on his own island right now with nobody. So he's really fighting for himself. It seems like everyone's going to be gunning for him next week.
At first, everyone was talking about voting off Phil again. And then I think everyone knows that Phil has an idol. If he doesn't, then everyone's just stupid.
I mean, we all know Phil has a mutant idol. It's Phil, and then the other mutant idol is either Chris or Steve.
I guess a swing vote now. I have the idol, so I mean it's gonna be tough to actually predict, when the week I'm gonna go is.
The thing is like, I mean, like, I know you're like probably pissed, and I like really expect and like understand if you don't like want to trust me, but like you like can if you like want to like move forward. But it's just like I knew him in the game was not gonna let you do that, so it was like that was always like my goal. So I didn't like lying to you either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean I'll just throw it out there that I know that the more I trust you, if you think I trust you too much, then you could vote me off.
I can't let them like truly believe that like I'm fully invested with like them, which is like kind of like a hard thing to do. That like I just need to leave a slight fear that I might play the idol.
So what are you thinking now? Like, are you like gonna be like tight with like Ryan Sienna? Are you gonna like try like?
I don't know. I haven't really thought of it.
Yeah, I mean,
like we know you have the idol, and like like Chris has the idol, so like you're obviously not gonna be our target. We would prefer you to be on our side from like at least this travel. I mean, we're thinking like Ryan or Sienna probably.
I mean, yeah, that doesn't matter to me.
After talking with them, I mean I was kind of trying to make it seem like I was slightly aligned with them, but like I'm not gonna like make a real alliance with them just because like gotta bench Chris, basically.
When the final 9 walked into their next challenge, all they were given was a survey, which essentially asked them to give their tribe members superlatives. They were simply told to answer each question with one of the remaining 9 players.
This challenge is based on the survey you just took.
I can never reveal our answers.
You won't. Your individual answer will never be revealed. The only thing that will matter is what the majority said. So today's challenge is basically whether you can guess what the majority said. Basically, I'm going to say the question. You're going to write down who you think the majority said. So for every time you correctly guess the majority, you get a point. And the person with the most points wins the challenge. Okay?
So it's total.
Total 15 points available. Question number 1. Who is the biggest threat in challenges?
Who did the majority say? 3, 2, 1. Markers down. Reveal. Ryan said Phil. That is correct. Ryan has 1 point. Chandler said Phil. That is correct. Everyone got it right. Siona said Steve. Siona, you are 0 for 1. Question number 2 is, who is most likely to make it to the final tribal council? 3, 2, 1, reveal. Markers down. Chandler wrote himself down. A lot of Chris's. Steve said Phil. Correct answer was Steve or Phil. Steve, the only one with the point. Steve is in the lead. Question number 3. Who is the most likable person left in the game? 3, 2, 1, reveal. Markers down. We've got some Chandler, some Chris, Philip, Chandler, Senti. A lot of Chandler. Chandler was the right answer, so hold your board up if you had Chandler. Alright, question number 4. Who is most likely to be the most bitter juror? The most bitter juror. Who does the majority think was the most bitter juror? Reveal? Phil says himself. The answer was Phil. Siona, Chris, Phil, Steve. Been through 4 questions. Steve is 4 for 4. Chris also has 3. Everyone else has 2. Next question is, who is the most attractive person in the game? Male or female? 2, 1, reveal. Alright, we've got some locks, some Chandler, some Lock and Chandler. Who's the answer? Nicole Lock is the answer. Good job, Nicole. Everyone but the Nicoles. Everyone but the Nicoles. So Steve is 5 for 5 so far. We got a Tally or Nick right here. Alright, question number 6. Who thinks they're running the game, aka who thinks they're in control of the votes? Who does the majority say for that? Siona's excited for this one. No. 2, 1, reveal. Siona says Ryan. Ryan says Ryan. We got some Chris the Comps. Chris the Comp says himself. What's the answer?
Well, everyone else also said Chris the Comp.
Is that a joke?
Chris the Comp is right. So we got everyone but Siona, Nicole, and Ryan. Steve is 6 for 6. Chris LeCompte is at 5. Connor and Phil at 4. Alright, who is the most annoying, as Nick said? Who is the most annoying? It's a great one. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Everyone, Ryan said himself. Everyone else said Siona. Siona, how do you feel about that one, Siona?
I'm pretty proud. At least I won something. It's our game entity.
Alright, who is the least likable person left in the game? Siona, try to go 2 for 2.
Reveal. We've got some Phil this time. We got some Siona. Keep your boards up. The answer, Siona voted for Phil. The answer is Siona. Keep your boards up. Keep your boards up. Phil, Steve, Connor, and Chris got it right. Phil, Steve, Connor, Chris. And Nicole Lock. We got Steve at 8 for 8, Steve. 8 for 8. Chris is at 7. Connor at 6. Phil at 6. Siona and Nicole Senti still at 3. Not the best challenge for Siona so far. Who least deserves to be in the game at this point? 2, 1. We've got some Siona. We've got some Nicole. Siona, Nicole Lock, Siona, Ryan, Senti, Ryan, Siona, Ryan. So we got Siona, Ryan, and Senti really are the 3. Little Nicole Lock. What is the answer? Ryan is the answer. Hey, hold your boards up. Boards up. Who got it right? We got Connor and Phil. So that is a first mistake for Steve. So Steve is still up 1. Connor and Phil are 1 behind, as well as Chris the Comp. Those are the top 4 right now. Who would you trust with your life? Reveal. We've got Siona, Senti, Steve, Chandler, Steve. A few Steves. It's got a few Chandlers, a few Steves. Who is the answer?
Ryan and Steve.
Nicole Senti got it right. Steve got it right. So right now Steve's at 9. Chris LeCompte is at 8. Phil, Nicole Lock, and Connor fell behind a little bit. Alright, number 11. Who is most likely to stay true to their word? 3, 2, 1, reveal. We got some Senties. We've got Connor, Chandler, Steve, Kolak. Correct answer?
It's Chandler.
Chandler. So Nicole Senti is the only one to get a point.
I told you you're still 4 behind.
Next question. Go ahead, Nick.
Who is the most likely to stab you in the back?
Who is most likely to stab you in the back? Reveal. We've got some Phils, a lot of Chris's. Chris has himself. Correct answer?
Yes, Chris McConnell.
Chandler, Phil, Steve, Nicole, Chris. Steve is 1 ahead of Chris Lecomte. Then we got Phil and Nicole Locke. 2 questions left. Number 13. Who is the dark horse to win the game? Reveal.
Yes.
We've got some Connor, some Phil, a little Chandler, Siona. Correct answer.
Yes.
Tie between Connor and Chandler.
So, Ryan got it right, Nicole got it right, Steve got it right, Chris got it right, Nicole Locke got it right. Alright, so based on the scores, so Chris and Steve are the only 2 eligible to win. I just want to point out Siona with 3 right now.
Come on, Austin.
At this point in the game, who would you vote most deserving to win? This is basically between Steve and Chris. Steve has to mess up. 3, 2, 1, reveal. We've got Steve, Chris, Nicole. Chris didn't vote. Okay. Steve, Chris. Correct answer. Steve. Therefore, Steve wins immunity. Steve, clap it up for Steve. Winning immunity. Third. Who would be likely to survive on a real island? The answer was Siona. Siona, the eater of bugs.
I'm leaving. I'm sorry. I'm out of here.
Steve. Big winner.
Big one. That was big for Steve. He really did well on the questions. That was a good challenge. That was like something different, and it was funny seeing the answers. Seeing Siona's reactions are always great.
I feel great. I feel fine. I feel regular. I actually feel kind of pissed off. I was kind of fucked. What really bothered me the most is that everyone thinks that I wouldn't survive on the island when I'm probably the most likely to run that shit.
I think being a big threat in challenges, if people think that only makes me more of a target. Feeds my ego a little bit, but from a survivor standpoint, I don't really see it as being a big thing.
The answers were funny, and it was funny making Siona mad, as always.
What do you think?
The challenge. The voting.
Oh, I love the challenge. Is so funny. Oh my god, that was great. One like most annoying, most hated. She was actually upset. She's like, yeah, I hate this game.
I felt upset at first. I mean, like, it makes sense that they would vote for me. I thought it was actually kind of funny. I mean, I'm not an extremely nice person. Like, I enjoy volunteering in mental health services because of my family's background and that stuff. And it actually feels like you can make a difference. But, like, I mean, I'm not, like, a particularly nice person. And I mean, like, out of everyone here, I'm probably the least likable. Because I'm not nice, and I'm loud, and I'm not, like, a typical girl.
Yeah, Chandler kind of voted with us, but like at the same time, you saw the votes tonight. Like Chris got most likely to like backstab, and like I got most likely to make it to the finals. So
and you
like,
got most likely to win a challenge.
Yeah, so like that just puts targets on all of our backs. And you gotta think like Connor was probably pissed too because he won most like dark horse.
Yeah, which
so
means
now he's no
not
longer a dark horse.
And Nicole won like prettiest, so now she's like not the prettiest. Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, dark horse. I mean, I guess that sort of puts the target on the back. But I don't know, dark horse, hey, I guess keep thinking that for people, and then at the end, maybe dark horse always has a shot.
Like, Chandler kind of voted, like, with us, so, like, I guess we can kind of trust them, but, like, based on, like, the way the challenge went down tonight, like, we're, like, so on our toes about them.
They are so freaking last minute, dude.
Chris was in control. He was.
Last week,
Because, I mean, the fact that he got us to go with him means that he had control. Like, tell you the truth, we have the control, but like, we're letting Ryan think he does. Because
Other
he can just
people
do whatever
feel
he
like
wants.
they have control, but really we participate
Yeah.
like every single time. Which
It's
I
really
didn't know
funny.
about Caleb.
Nicole, like I don't think Nicole Senti will vote for Ryan or Sienna.
She like won't.
Is she not with like I
She's with no. She's with like no one, dude. She's voted with me before. She just voted with them. Like she just
Like
votes.
I asked her like when we first went to Verge, I was like who would you vote for? Like what are you thinking? And I was like would you vote for like Ryan or Sienna? And she was like no, like.
But also at the same time, like 3 straight tribals, I like told her what to do and she did it. So it's like, dude, that's what I was saying earlier. It's literally for her. It's like who gets to her last.
She just goes with the numbers.
I think it might actually be a good thing that I didn't win any superlatives, because, like, I've kind of been trying. I mean, not necessarily like trying to, but like fly under the radar. Like, I don't want to be the person who's most likely to win, because then no one's gonna want to go against you.
Personally, for like everyone's game, breaking up pairs is the most important thing.
I
So
mean,
like yeah, like breaking up us 3, like that's obviously should be their strategy. But like they can't. Like,
but like if us 4 vote together, we can all move on.
Yeah, I guess I'd be pretty bitter. Like, I can't really see myself like actually. I mean, obviously ever aligning with Steve or Chris or Nicole. Like, legitimately, I really don't know what I'm gonna do at this point. But I do have a lot of options.
Me and Ryan have been like 4 or 5 like tribals or whatever, and like he's just told me exactly who he's voting for, and I haven't once voted with him. So like, I don't know why he.
Why does he keep telling you?
I don't know. Like every week I'm like real skeptical, and it's just like keeps to be the same person. It's like really weird.
So yeah, I guess maybe Chris would be the one I'm most upset with. You know, like Ryan and Sienna, like I never pretended, and they never really pretended to be like in alliance with me.
Like Chris definitely trusts me this week, so I think like this is a week. Like it's kind of like now or never. Like, so I'm just kind of trying to come to Brian and like just basically we're gonna fit up Chris a comp, and I don't think he'll see it coming.
No, he definitely won't see it coming because like he thinks that he's playing all of us right now, and he doesn't think that we have like the mental capacity to like go behind his back.
Yeah, like Steve's down there like always laughing at like Ryan for like telling him who he's gonna vote for every week, and like
I've actually been honest with him.
yeah, like that's what he's saying.
Like,
He's saying every single week you've told him like exactly who you're voting for. You vote for that person, and then Steve
and
doesn't.
somehow I'm still in the game.
I kind of like that the last 2 votes have been taken out of mine and Ryan's hands and like kind of humbled us, brought us back to earth, made us rethink our strategy. Know that we gotta get Steve and Chris out fast, like very fast.
And we kind of have a common enemy. Like I mean, like Chris like literally lied to both of us last week,
And this week.
and this
It's
week too. Yeah, like
he's played us against each other as fools.
yeah. I mean, you didn't know that Chris was getting voted out.
No,
I
that
honestly
was
didn't, so, like-
completely a surprise. I thought it was gonna be you.
Yeah.
Instead of like falling into Chris the Comp's trap, we can blindside him, give him the impression that we're voting with him, and then actually vote him out this week.
Yeah, because we're almost like 100% sure that Chris is the idol. So
As long as we keep it on the DL and like don't let him know that
Yeah,
we're voting
it's
for
like
him, then he will be out.
like right now, I mean like me, Ryan, and Sienna,
And Senti.
and then Santi.
And then we were gonna talk to Connor and Chandler, and that's like super majority.
I feel confident in 4 votes. Me, Ryan, Sienna, and Santi. And then I feel like maybe like 80% confident or something like.
We can get at least one, Connor and Chandler. And if not, then if they want to like play both sides of the fence again, then at least they can throw their votes. Like that's fine. We'd still have 4-3.
I like going to tribal better than not going to tribal.
Yeah, I do too.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Of course, I'm not gonna say that when I get voted out, but
Yeah. We know that Phil has the idol, and we talked to him, but well, like Chris had talked to him, but we need him to play it. So our goal is to get 5 votes for Phil and 4 for Sienna. That way, if he does play the idol, then Siona's going home, which is okay, good. And then if he doesn't play the idol, then Phil's going out.
I would rather him out now
because
so he doesn't win the
then-
next challenge.
No, because even if he wins the next challenge, dude, the only way he's gonna make it far.
Dude, we need him out now.
He won't make it out past
Dude,
2 weeks.
he's not. He
I'm
knows.
telling you, he's a good competitor, and we should get him out now because we can.
So make him feel safe, and then he
Make
doesn't
him feel
I'm not
safe.
gonna do that.
Yeah,
Because I already like completely lied to him, and then I voted his best friend out.
So do you think we should let him know where he's going home so he plays it?
That's what I'm gonna tell him.
Yeah.
I think it's better to do that.
We'll put 5 for Phil, 2 for Ryan, 2 for Sienna.
So do you want to go for the tie, 2-2? Because we can do Phil. That'd be us. That'd be 5 Phil we've set. So it'd just be the rest. You 4.
vote.
Let's have some fun. We haven't done one of those before.
Yeah, it has.
Let's
And
do
like
it.
also like an idol will get played. Like this would be like the most eventful one.
Yeah.
And like we still get what we want.
For real, this will be fun.
Yeah, if we do
What we want. No, we're gonna.
Let me know. I mean, we still have a lot of time, so
Yeah.
just try and let anything change.
Chandler and Connor, they got like some power that they're creating because they're like always a split vote, which I don't really like, but I don't really want to send them gone because they've been staying with us for the past couple of votes. But hopefully they're not conjuring something crazy up and they're staying true to what they're gonna do. So I guess I'll have to talk to them.
So, I think we need to vote out Chris LeComte tonight.
Really?
And I think you need to vote with us, otherwise we're fucked. Because otherwise we will not have majority, and it will. They're trying to vote out Siona tonight. All he wants to do right now is keep him, Steve, and Locke in.
Like, those are all they're gonna be for each other before they're for you, like always, you know.
You can never penetrate that for
What if we voted for you?
What do you mean?
What if Connor and I voted for you?
The problem would be
Make
if
it
Chris
seem
actually voted for Phil.
You would have no idea what happened.
But like, if you're gonna vote, don't vote for Phil. And don't vote for Siona or me, because like we're the three people who, like, I don't know who they're gonna vote for, but it's gonna be one of us three. I don't know.
I'm not against the plan. I'm just
Like, why didn't you just want to vote out LeComte? What's wrong with that? I don't understand.
Just a loyalty trust thing.
Yeah, but then it's getting to a point where you're gonna have to break loyalties to people.
I know,
without sacrificing yourself.
but not like backstab betrayal. It's different.
But it's
between,
not
like,
backstab
breaking
because you
loyalty.
were not ever aligned with him.
Well, he came to me today and was told me to like.
Yeah, but anyone could come to you.
I know. Ryan has no idea. I said something upstairs. I was like, oh, I would feel bad voting out the comp. He's like, but you never had any alliance with him.
Did you keep that?
He has absolutely no idea that we've been talking to him.
He talks to LeComte.
Yeah,
No, he talks to Steve too.
Everyone talks to everyone now.
Yeah.
And like, I think you and I are like getting the truth out of everyone now.
It's time for LeComte, the reign of LeComte to fall.
We got ourselves an old-fashioned blindside.
He's gonna be so mad. It's gonna be so funny.
Really like don't want to do it. Like if you're like gonna like change your mind on voting on Chris, like I don't know. I guess I'll do it with like I'll change with you, but like that is what I want to do. Like
I mean,
so like just either
I
way,
never
like kind of like either
see
way.
if you're like 100% sure.
I'm kind of like
Are you sure?
I need you basically.
I know. I mean, I like the idea of voting out Chris.
I mean, so like this week, like Crowder, me, and Siona and Santi, now like Chandler, we're like thinking about like voting out Chris LeComte. Us three, like we can kind of go either way right now. Like Chris kind of trusts us,
Oh,
and Crowder also trusts us. Or,
That's
like,
right.
would trust
So
us.
they're in the middle.
As long as like we're straight with each other, like we can kind of go either way and just stick that way. Like I just don't want like you guys to tell me like, all right, we're fine voting out Chris LeComte, then
Whatever,
switch
and
it.
then not do it.
So like
Yeah,
whatever
no.
you really
gotta-
want to do, like just like
we
tell
gotta-
me and all
we
that.
gotta do it. Yeah. I think like this would be the time to do it. I mean, it would be like a blindside, you know. Chris is definitely a strong guy, and it's like the longer you wait, I feel like the tougher this is gonna be to get him out. You know?
Yeah. So I mean, like I'm pretty sure that like he has the title, but if we out act well, like you don't like.
He would have like no idea. Like that hasn't even been mentioned. I don't think.
But as long as we're good, so I guess
Yeah.
you're throwing your vote and you're voting for the top.
Yeah.
I'm going for the top. Ryan's going for the top.
Let's go. We haven't done it. Oh my gosh.
All right, guys. So
This is definitely gonna be an interesting challenge. And you're probably.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I'll feel a little bad too.
Well, if you want to win, you're gonna have to do that at some point. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. You want to do that? I didn't know how to play because I was hoping.
that's what I was trying to do the talking.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
when Chris actually came to us, he said to vote Phil. So I'm gonna still vote Phil.
You want to still vote Phil?
He said to throw his vote at you or something, but like, I want to vote Phil and that's how we should leave it with Chris. Not we're voting Phil because he thinks that everyone else is gonna vote Phil.
So, but you would be okay with it?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of want him to help. We know that Chris has been like I think most upfront, aside from
He's up
Steve
front.
with
I
like
trust him,
us.
but I also don't.
I don't know, he's a hard competitor. It's gonna be hard to beat him in challenges.
Throw votes at Phil. We'll play an idol.
Just talking.
If you, there's not really subjects, so just like
To do what?
what's the only gear device?
Like A, I don't know if like there's people that are like BSing me and that like might vote for me tonight.
So basically what we decided is that they kind of want Ryan and Sion out. Well, so I do. And then they kind of want Phil out, or to at least use the immunity idol. So we're hoping that he uses it. And then the rest of us will vote for Siona, which is also another person we want out. So we're kind of a win-win if that were to happen.
And then this would work out perfect if we could get content out. Then maybe Phil next time.
Yeah.
And Steve and Mohawk. And then it would just be like us, Senti, Ryan, Siona,
That would be
wanted
great.
that. Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be a great final thought?
Yeah.
That's what we wanted the whole time. It's never us like organizing meetings. Us two. It's always like people want to come talk to us.
Yeah.
Like celebrities.
Yeah.
They're like, that's good. Oh, we need Connor and Chandler.
We have Chris Tom's fate in our hands.
We do.
He's gonna go home because of us tonight.
But he's not gonna know it.
So I'm sitting here waiting for everyone to get the tribal. The plan was that 5 people would vote for Phil willingly, and that Connor and Chandler are also going to vote for Phil. And Phil's going to use his idol, which will make it a 2-2 tie and a revote between Siona and Steve. I mean Siona and Crowder, sorry. However, Crowder just lied to me about where he was, and when I went down to Chandler and Connor's room, it was them two and Senti and Crowder in the room, when Crowder told me he wasn't going to be back till later for 10 more minutes to meet me. So, it's very possible that those 4 and Siona are going to vote for me. There's a decent chance I'll play the immunity idol tonight, but it could decrease to like 40 if I get some kind of confirmation from Steve, who is talking to Senti right now, because we don't think Senti can lie to Steve's face.
Ryan, he came up with this plan to get Chris LeCompte out. Then I was talking to Steven. He asked me, up front if Chris was on the chopping block, and I said yes, because I didn't want to lie.
This changes everything. Phil's not gonna play it. That makes me even more convinced that I need to play mine.
Steve.
Wait, everyone, hold on.
Steve. Hey, Steve. How big is it being safe at this point in the game?
It is huge. It is something huge.
Let's talk about the challenge. Siona.
Targeted.
Not the best feedback for you at the challenge. How did you feel about all that? Honestly.
I felt loved. I felt likable. I don't know. It was pretty funny, I have to admit. It was pretty damn hilarious.
Nicole said, do you see Steve pegged as most deserving to win the game at this point? Why do you feel like people would say that about Steve?
He's right now. He's a good guy. He's like a Steven, you.
No, you don't. Siona, you kept saying that Ryan was the person who thinks he's in control.
I don't think that he thinks he's in control. I think that Ryan, number one, I think it was bullshit that he got least deserving to be in the game, because Ryan has been working so hard this entire game to keep himself in. I think if anyone, he deserves to be in the game most.
Chris, people think that you, apparently, according to these things, people have the mindset that you're the one that thinks you're in control. Why would people say that about you?
Because I literally have been in control at this point. Now it's not going to be in my control because it's going to be different.
Why is it different?
Because every vote that has happened up to this point has been vote for vote, how I thought it was going to be, and how I made it to be, and tonight's not going to be like that.
Phil, was that no secret that your best friend in the game was voted out last week? How'd you feel about that?
That sucked. I almost didn't want to keep playing, but I had to press on and make new alliances. Got to make new friends.
Stephen Chris, what are you talking about back there?
Huh?
What are you talking about back there?
I don't know. I just think I'm about to get lied to by people that I wouldn't have thought were gonna lie to me. I just don't understand. I don't know. The people that I was being honest with, I don't think are being honest with me. It's just
like who?
I don't know. I think Chandler and Connor, but I don't know.
So Chandler and Connor.
I
got called out.
I don't want them to be that way, but that's how I think it is. So
Are you guys playing Chris?
have to see later tonight. Stay tuned. Dun dun dun.
I think this is all getting a bit too dramatic
I know,
for
we
my
just vote.
tastes.
How do you guys feel knowing that you're now been called out for lying?
I'm curious as to why he's just randomly doing that. It probably has something to do with that right now as we're speaking.
Chris, there were 5 that voted Chris Thomas last week.
Yep.
Is that 5? It's a majority of 9.
It was me, Steve, Nicole, Chandler, and Connor.
So is that 5 going to stay together?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Alright.
I thought I did.
Steve, I'm guessing you are not getting up immunity tonight?
Immunity staying up in there.
Alright. It is time to vote.
I still need no idea.
Sorry, that was Austin being a complete and utter moron, per the usual. Chris and Steve have been plotting a lot at Tribal. A lot of people have been playing weird games, so I can't really do anything about it.
Hey, this isn't what I wanted. Sorry.
I tried to talk to Nicole and Chris at the last second, but there was nothing. The last second we were thinking Siona, we were thinking Phil. Phil has the idol. Do we vote for Phil? I think Phil's been bullshitting us. The last I told Nicole Locke, it's a vote for Phil. And now it's a vote for Siona. I don't know who the hell to vote for. Thank God I got this, because Chris or Nicole Locke, you're going home.
Phil told me he voted for Siona's, but because I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I'm probably gonna play my idol. We'll see.
This vote is seriously all about can we trust Chandler and Connor, and are they going to vote with us? Do the same thing to us? Yes, they're still voting the same way that they were going to. But like obviously rumors go around, so like we're just going on a wing with this. It's probably the hardest vote because I don't want to vote anyone out.
Chris calling me out. I don't like that, but I gotta stay true to him, and I gotta stay true to Chandler because that's the only person I can trust. Sorry, Philly.
Chris, don't know what made you not trust me, but sticking to the plan. I think Connor did too, so I don't know what that was all about. So I hope I don't go home. Hope you didn't turn on me.
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, I'll read the votes. First vote. Nicole Locke.
Second vote. Nicole Locke. Nicole Locke. That's 3 votes, Nicole Locke. Fourth vote. Siona. Fifth vote. Phil. Sixth vote. Phil. Seventh vote. Siona. That's 3 votes Nicole Locke, 2 votes Phil, 2 votes Siona, 2 votes left.
This is awesome.
8th vote. Siona.
Are you fucking
That's 3 votes for Nicole Locke, 3 votes Siona, 2 votes Phil, 1 vote left.
Oh fuck. My heart is beating so fast right now.
9th vote. Nicole Locke.
Well, you can hang out with me.
Who voted
Nicole?
for me?
Nicole becomes the 3rd member of our jury.
I don't think I'm tall enough for this.
Nicole, Travis spoken. Time for you to go.
Bye, Baby Rock. Obviously, it's a pretty ridiculous game right now, so good luck.
Okay, so today I got voted off. I mean, I kind of saw it coming because I was in with Chris and Steve, and they're obviously strong players in the game. Like, Chris was freaking out. He didn't know if people were going to vote for him. He was going to, like, possibly use the immunity idol on himself, and then he thought that people were going to go after me, so he was going to give it to me. I'm kind of glad he didn't, because they probably just try to target us again next week. So, I kind of wish I was still in it, but overall, Survivor's fun. I made great friends. Alright, see you guys. Bye!
Hi.
Hi.
Mwah.
Next time on Survivor. The top 8 survivors actually try to survive outdoors.
Guys, it's so fucking cold!
And one bold survivor attempts to rally the troops in her favor.
I want to send their egos crashing down into the dirt, and then I want to stomp on it.
Point of no return is right here.
This is
The
it.
next time
We're
we walk
making the
back.
big decision.